Here is the number one biggest mistake that people make every day when getting a mortgage. Hey guys, my name is Andrew Augustiniak of the Augustiniak Lending Team. Our team does loans in 45 different states, so we'd love to help you out in any state that you are buying, investing in, getting a second home, whatever that may be, getting a HELOC. We're here to help no matter what the situation is. But today, I'm going to go into the number one mistake people make every day when dealing with a mortgage. And let's be real, with mortgage, there are so many different types of companies, and that's what people don't understand. People understand that you have banking institutions, that's like your Wells Fargo. That's like I'm gonna go walk into the bank where they have an individual sitting 9 to 5 at that desk, just getting paid a salary to be the mortgage person in that branch, right? Those people typically are just there. They're not building a business. But there's a bank where somebody may walk into and be like, oh, I'm just gonna use them because I bank here. Let's be honest, they don't know who you are. Their bank, you don't, just because you bank there, you're just a number. Nobody cares. Okay. Then you have these online call centers. These are your Rockets. These are your call centers. These are your 800 numbers. When you go online and you search in mortgage company or interest rates, guess what? You have mortgage companies paying places like rates.com or lendingtree.com. Those places spend millions of dollars every single year, where other lending companies, call centers, where you got 18 to 25-year-old people just working in a call center who are just going off scripts, trying to trigger you emotionally to call in, who care nothing about you and honestly don't even know how to structure a mortgage half the time. You have those companies paying places like LendingTree millions of dollars to capture your data. I just talked about a video the other day about Zillow and real estate data, and understand, so you understand what goes on behind the scenes. Data is what these companies care about, because they can sell your data to other call centers. When they say, hey, you're getting a mortgage, call this person, go annoy him. Did you know that when I pull your credit as a mortgage consultant who is only 100% referral, the credit bureaus, Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax will then sell your information to 100 different mortgage companies. They're called trigger leads for like pennies on the dollar, and just say, hey, this person just had their credit pulled for a mortgage, call them. And then they just psycho dial you to try and pressure you to switch them. The reality is the biggest mistake that people make with a mortgage every single day when going to all these different places is because borrowers just make the mistake of not doing the research of who are they using. Are you just going online to find a lender that you have no clue who they are, where they live, what they do, what's their experience? Have you researched any part of them? Or are you just being triggered by the lowest rate on an advertisement? Did you guys know advertising is called advertising for a reason? Advertising will show you the most appealing thing to trigger an emotion. Good marketing is marketing that triggers an emotion for you to act on it, showing you the best potential term, even though it may not be available to you. It's like a car commercial. You see your local car commercial where they talk about, oh, get this Ram 1500 for the lowest price possible. And you're like, oh, that is awesome. And then you come to realize that's the basic of basic models on the lot that you would never buy, with the rolling window still and the old school radio that you would never buy. But the reason they got you on the lot is because they triggered you with the cheapest. Same thing happens with interest rates. Same thing happens with everything. We're going to give you the best. We're going to give you the cheapest here. And so what ends up happening is we get called, as a 100% referral mortgage consultant who is 100% referral, who's been doing this for 13 years, who invests in real estate, who develops real estate, who cares about my client's financial well-being over the next 40 years. Client is client for life. We get all the calls to pick up the pieces, because these companies, they know it's a numbers game. They spend millions of dollars on marketing. For every 10 clients they come in, even if 5 of them get screwed, they're still getting 5 new clients. And I know this because I know people in these companies. So the biggest mistake is sorry for the truth, but the reality is you doing the research of who you're using. Are you talking to an individual? Every client I have has my cell phone number, because just like a financial advisor, I'm their mortgage advisor. And ultimately, if you don't do the research, you end up paying the price. I've seen people who get denied by these online lenders in these places that they don't even know because some 19-year-old read off a script and got you to do an application with them. They get denied and lose their earnest deposit, or they lose the house. They lose the house they wanted. So they didn't do the research. Then they ended up paying the price. And ultimately, it's because that lender never pre-qualified them accurately in the first part. They were never accurately pre-qualified to get a home loan in the first place. So that's the one question that you as a borrower should be asking your potential lender is, what's your process? When you do a pre-qualification, are you going to look at all my documentation? And if you go somewhere online that does not require documentation and you just go input and say, hey, here's what I make, and they spit you out a letter, run. Because that's not a lender who's accurately pre-qualifying you based on your income, your job history, and everything that we need to ensure that you get a loan. Did you know we're so confident that we will do a 15-day guarantee with a $20,000 backed guarantee that we will close on you? It's because we do a good job at making sure that you can get this house. The worst feeling in the world is when I get a client that says, I went to this lender, they pre-qualified me, and then the day before closing, they changed it. It's because they didn't actually ever pre-qualify you. They just wanted you to get in the door. Because remember, these companies, for every 10 clients that come in, 5 will fall out, and they're okay with that. They're okay with screwing because they don't care. They're a national 800 number spending millions upon marketing. You don't matter to them. If your lender is accurately pre-qualifying you and you have a conversation with them, nobody else, they don't have departments, they have, I have a team with 2 people, my whole team, that you have their contact information, you interview them, you research their reviews, you have a consultation. Every buyer we have either a Zoom consultation, if you're not in the state I live in, or an in-person consultation where I sit you down. And as like a financial advisor would, I sit and I want to know every question you have. I want to break down scenarios. I want to make sure that what you're about to embark on, you're prepared for. You understand interest rates. How do interest rates work? What are the different closing cost options? Did you guys know there isn't one rate for every person? Every individual can have 20 different interest rate options. Just depends on how they want to structure that loan, what costs they want on that, how do they want to customize their mortgage. There's no one rate, there's no one fee. But if you, after interviewing your loan officer, talking with them, making sure that you have their information 24/7. Obviously, my wife may not like that, but the reality is if you have a question at 9 o'clock at night and you're freaking out, I don't want you to do that. You're my client. I care about you, because ultimately I want you to tell all your friends about us. Okay. You go to a place online, they don't care about it if you tell them, because they're just looking at you as the number that was brought in by spending millions of dollars on advertising. I know, because I've seen people who have come to work for us from these places. They have great scripting. Their whole scripting is how to trigger you emotionally to go there. It's all scripting. It's not relationships. But after you're comfortable with them, you ensure that they have experience, how often they've been doing this, how many loans do they close a year, when's the last time you closed a loan, can you show me your closed loan profile, do they have other experience, do they invest in real estate, do they understand the industry, and you read the reviews and they break down costs, they want to do a consultation with you, they want to put a face to name on a Zoom call. That's what you should be doing. So the number one mistake is that people don't do enough research when choosing who they're using to be their lender. Guys, my name is Andrew Augustiniak. I'm here to answer all of your questions. Again, reminder, we do loans in 45 different states. We'd love to help you out. Call us anytime or text me. Find my phone number and shoot me a text. I'll probably respond. We'll check you next time.